The Autistic Culture Podcast Network. The sound of autistic culture. ACPN.
With my Sapphire Preferred card, we took a trip
to a desert oasis,
earning 5 times the points on Chase travel, 2 times the points on all other travel, plus a $100 hotel credit.
Chase Sapphire Preferred, the card that's preferred for a reason.
Cards issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
That's the sound of fried chicken with a spicy history. Thornton Prince was a ladies' man. To get revenge, his girlfriend hid spices in his fried chicken. He loved it so much, he opened Prince's Hot Chicken.
Hot chicken in the window?
This is one of many sounds in Tennessee with a story to tell. To hear them in person, plan your trip at tnvacation.com. Tennessee sounds perfect.
Here's a tip for you. There's a podcast out there with fans waiting to be your next customer. They tune in every week, they trust the host, and that host wants to talk about brands like yours in their own words to their audience. The problem is, you just haven't been introduced yet. We're Acast, where that introduction happens. As the world's largest podcast marketplace, we let you browse shows, see who's listening, and book host-read sponsorships or run your own ads, all from one platform. Transparent pricing, real-time data, complete control. Start advertising on podcasts by visiting acast.com/advertise.
Welcome to the Neurodivergent Experience podcast, a podcast where we share the lived experiences of neurodivergent people to help create a better understanding for our community.
Join us every week as we bring you honest, raw, and inspiring conversations with specialists, advocates, and individuals who know exactly what it's like to live the neurodivergent experience.
I'm Jordan James, a neurodivergent specialist, father of neurodivergent children, husband to a neurodivergent wife, and author of The Autistic Experience, and I'm joined by my best friend.
I'm Simon Scott. I'm an autistic ADHD broadcaster, actor, and advocate. Join us as we journey into unravelling the neurodivergent experience.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Jordan and Scotty in the house.
In our own homes, separate, very different miles apart.
Not in the same house, in different houses. Very nice houses. We look after our houses.
Well, I tried. Well, don't look. It's a good job that we don't have video because my office is currently a mess. But
it's okay.
It's organised mess. Of course it is. I know where everything is in here.
On the floor.
Yes.
It's a bit like Sylvia's cupboard. She knows it's all in there. She just doesn't really understand how it works.
Where's your stuff, Simon? Over there, and up there.
Yeah, the old ADHD cupboard thing where you just you know everything's in the cupboard, but you don't know where in the cupboard it is, but you just know it's in there. Yes. It's a real time saver when you have to pull everything out just to find one thing.
Yeah, and then you've already pulled it out and it's already, anyway, that's fun and games in the life of being neurodivergent. But yes, sorry about not having an episode last week. Life got in the way again. I know that we've had a lot of breaks recently, but there's been a hell of a lot going on. I've got some quite exciting news to share with everybody.
What is it? I'm so in the dark.
Oh, you're not. I told you straight away. I got engaged at the weekend. Locked it down. On lockdown.
Locked it down?
Well, yes. No, thanks for that. No, so I proposed to Caris at the weekend, and she said yes. So that's it. I'm betrothed. Look at me.
Well done.
I'm an adult.
For asking... for asking someone to marry you. It is a weird thing though, because it's like this is like a moment that you're just like, let's celebrate this. It's a big moment, yeah? But did it feel like a big moment? Because like you knew she was going to say yes. You knew it was going to happen. So when it actually happened, this is like a genuine question. Did it feel big?
Oh, I still shit myself.
Oh, what is this? You just turn around and go, nah, you're right.
No, right, okay. So let me break it down, all right? So Caris and I don't like surprises. Like,
boo.
we just don't like surprises, right? So if I was to turn around to Karis and be like, oh yeah, we're going to a hotel at the weekend, pack a bag, she would freak out. She'd be like, what's going on? What do I need? I've not prepared.
Are you actually secretly a spy? And
she was just like, oh my God. But like, that would really, really stress her out. And she'd be like, but I've not got my hair done. I've not had my nail. I've not got this. I've not got, and it wouldn't be fun. She wouldn't have enjoyed that if I just sprung her and was like, surprise. So there were so many different factors that I've tried to take into account to accommodate that. I feel like I've actually done a really good job from like a neurodivergent perspective of navigating the accommodations of it.
Yeah.
Because Karis was like, oh, if I'm going to wear something on my hand for the rest of my life, I don't know if I'm comfortable somebody else picking that for me, which I totally get. I understand why some people would disagree with that because of tradition, but I totally get it. If I had to wear a ring on my finger my entire life, I wouldn't be comfortable somebody else picking it for me. I just wouldn't. I get it. So we did that, and I also was like, this is the hotel that we're staying at. This is where we're going. I kept a couple of things as a surprise, which I'll reveal shortly, but she knew what was happening. She managed to go and get her hair done and her nails done, and she knew what she wanted to wear for the meal. She knew where we were going. She already had the menu, so she didn't panic when we sat down.
Oh, and the old prep. Yeah.
Yeah, we basically, I doomsday prepped it and got everything sort of chilled, and I'm really, really happy with how it laid out. So we went to an absolutely stunning hotel in Liverpool. And I mean, I'm never going to financially recover, but we stayed in a beautiful hotel that had like a little spa. So we were in the spa for 2 hours and we're there having a cocktail, being like, oh, this is so nice. This is so exciting. And I'm sort of there just being chill and not really thinking about what's coming. And when we were in the reception of the hotel, the lady behind the desk saw the notes on the room and was like, oh, okay, I shall get the key for your room, because I'd put, I am proposing to my girlfriend. Can I have the romance package, please? So when we got into the room, there was like a rose heart on the bed, and it was booked a penthouse suite. So there was like a hot tub on a balcony with a beautiful view over Liverpool. We had like the most amazing sunset as well that night. So it's like, I felt like I was ticking loads of really cool boxes. And Karis's special interest, like one of her like big special interests, is Lady Gaga, and she has stayed in this hotel, and I requested the same room. So the room that we got engaged in is somewhere that Lady Gaga has stayed. So I felt like I'm ticking the autism box there of getting a special interest.
You soppy romantic. I know. You are knocking at green flags. Green flags, everybody.
Yeah. So I really tried my best, guys. But as soon as we got into the room, the nerves kicked in, and I was just like, "Babe, can you go sit down, please?" And like,
you suddenly become a 12-year-old boy,
and I literally became a 12-year-old boy, where I was like, "I love you. I've always loved you."
She just punched me in the arm.
Literally, like, and then she started crying, so I started crying, and we were both just like, "I love you."
You're gonna cry now.
I love you.
Oh,
I love you. And then I just was like, I got on one knee, and the whole time I'm there going, straight back, Simon, straight back. Don't like be like Gollum, like, oh, please accept my love. Like, I wanted to like
take my precious.
Oh, my precious, be my precious. So did the whole thing in the straight back and everything, and put the ring on her finger, and then I just went, oh, thank God for that. Oh, I can breathe, and just relaxed into it after that, and was super chilled. And I went a bit non-verbal for about 10 minutes while Karis rung her mum and then her dad, and then I rang my parents and sort of did the rounds. But I'll be honest, mate, I've had loads of attention, and I've not felt weird about being perceived. It's been really nice. I've had some lovely messages. The girls that are on Karis's team bought her some really lovely flowers and a bottle of champagne, and she feels like the toast of the ton at the moment and loving life, and the ring's stunning. I'm really happy with how everything went. And the next day I had to go back to work, and it was just like, oh, okay, that's fine. And it's weird, like, it's a huge, huge life moment. And it's one of those things that, not that I've like thought about it, but you think like, oh, I wonder who I'll marry. I wonder when I'll propose to them. I wonder what it'll be like. And then suddenly it's here, and you're just like, oh, and it's done now. And we're both super happy. We're both super excited. People are already asking us when we're getting married. I'm like, fucking hey, let me enjoy this moment right now. Thank you.
Well, prepare for another couple of years of that.
Yeah, I know. It's coming. But I genuinely feel like I nailed it, dude. Like, I feel like I really tried to accommodate. I did, like, good planning, and I did it the TISM way, and I think it went great. So I'm made up.
So the answer to my question was yes, then?
Yes. Yes. The answer
I mean, you took a detour, but I loved it. I loved every moment of your detour. But essentially, that big moment, that build-up, did not get let down. It was as good as you thought it was. Because I have to admit, it's like you have this, especially when you're younger, you have this, oh yeah, I'm going to turn this age and it's a big milestone, and then I'm going to turn this age and it's like, oh, it's like 18, and if you're in the UK, you can drink alcohol. And
not that any of us wait, but
shh.
Your Honour.
Shh. And then, you're 25 and like that's a milestone, and then you're 30 and then you're sad, and then you're 40 and then you're like, woo, halfway there and still going. So you've got these like milestones in your life, and I do feel like they are worth celebrating. And if there is a chance that you can be let down by them if you build them up too much, but I don't think that's a reason to not celebrate it. Like, obviously this year Sylvia and I celebrated our 25-year anniversary. That's a big milestone, and we did it really like in only the way that Sylvia would want, which was very, very few people, very small gathering. Obviously, it wasn't massive, but we really enjoyed it because, apart from you, because obviously you live in Liverpool, so that was a bit far for you to come for that. Apart from you being there, we had everyone, that we wanted there. And it was really great. And then you go, oh, it's done now. And then you move on. But it's always there. We've got video of it and we've got pictures. And this is the greatest thing about pictures. And this is the greatest thing about like your black glass rectangles that destroy lives nowadays with social media. If you turn social media off, I know, heaven forbid, if you just turn that shit off and just use your phone as a camera and a phone, it can be a wonderful thing for memories and celebrations. And what I always find interesting is people seem to think that everything needs to be on social media, like everything.
Yeah.
Now, when I was posting a lot, because recently I think I've posted twice in 2 weeks on Facebook. I'm barely posting at all. I just can't deal with, not the hate towards me. I don't get any hate, which is weird that I don't. It's just all the hate in that space.
The world's fucking angry at everything and everyone, and it's a lot.
If you use your phone as a tool to enjoy your own memories and share your memories with just your friends, it's such a shame because like Facebook was that. It was your way of like keeping in touch with your friends, letting them know what you're doing, or wishing them a happy birthday. It was a way that friends could keep in touch. Now it's just as toxic and just as nasty and just as brain destroying, brain rotting as all the other freaking social media things. There are brilliant things about it, but I think something like WhatsApp groups or messenger groups. Like we've got one. It's just called Fam. And it's just all the family are in this group. And anytime we do something, or Sophie was recently, she was away in Sweden and she was just posting all her pictures, and it's perfect because like strangers don't need to see that. No one needs to see that. I used to post pictures and stuff like that because I was literally I am a neurodivergent advocate, and I was showing people my life to say, look how good your life can be if you think positively, and both sides of the same coin, all that shenanigans. And I just think it's there is something to just keeping your memories and keeping your life amongst you and your family.
Yeah.
And like, not everything needs to be on the internet. Not everything needs to be content. It can just, so if you want to share, if you want to like just, make group chats and things like that, that's the best way to do it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's, just sort of listening to you there, reflecting on it. There are a couple of photos that Caris and I took over the weekend.
No, I got one.
Yeah, but I'm gonna look at those photos for the rest of my life and really enjoy them and really remember that day in the moment. And
get one printed and put a nice frame.
Exactly, that's the plan.
Yeah,
and we've kept a couple of things from the hotel room, like they wrote us a lovely note and
thief.
Yeah. Oh mate, anything that wasn't tied down, I've had everything. Literally, people are going to be like, "Why are you wearing robes and slippers from a hotel?" I'm like, "They weren't tied down."
There's a carpet.
Oh mate, yeah. If there was a very lovely TV in there. If I had a screwdriver, it would have come in the back of the Uber on the way home.
That's right. It's Liverpool. They expect that.
Slander, but anyway. But you make a good point in that I was WhatsApping people and sending people pictures and having really lovely messages and connecting with people. And then Caris made a post on Instagram, and 90% of the people that were sending us comments and stuff, I don't even know. I've never even met the Caris's friends and acquaintances. And then suddenly I've got people trying to follow me that have liked this post that I've never met. And I was like, this is weird. I feel like I've put a very public thing out there. I mean, I'm telling thousands of people on this podcast, but this is my way of advocating and expressing myself and where I'm most comfortable, because you cannot see me and it's not live. But it is an unusual thing, sharing big moments, being neurodivergent, especially when you're getting perceived. But it was an unusual experience for me because I felt like everybody was just so happy for us. Like, I've had lovely comments from people. I've had people that I used to work with message me. I've had lovely messages from a variety of people. I've had friends that have called us, and we've had people send us flowers to the house and cards to the house. And I feel like our love is being celebrated, and it is really cool. Like, but it is our sweet love.
No, I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at you saying we've had this and we've had people buying champagne and flowers. All I did was send you a message going, "Yay!"
Yay! Yeah,
that's all you got from me.
Well, that's fine.
All you got. I am not that person that's going to think, "Wait a minute, this is a big moment. I know what I'll do. I'll buy Scotty a gift to celebrate that." That doesn't even come into my head because I'm like, "But you already got the gift. The gift is Caris."
Oh, dude! Ta-da! When you text me, I could see you were sat playing Forza or something. You looked at your phone, saw the photo, went, "Oh, that's brilliant!" Liked it, sent yay, went straight back to the game, and that's all I need.
No, oh my god, that is actually fuck off. That's actually what happened. That is genuinely what happened.
I knew that's what I was like.
He's playing Forza, I'm in the middle of a race, and I'm like, "Oh, I got a message," and I finished my race. Looked, and I was like, "Oh, yay!" Carry on playing. I'm on Forza 4. I've gone back in time. I've gone back to England. I've gone from Japan to England, and I'm driving around the Lake District now. Driving around Ambleside, which is actually where we're going to be staying near in September for my birthday, because Lake District is literally my favourite place in the whole of England.
But what you've just pointed out there, I think, is actually a very fun ND thing, which is when other people have really big news and they go, "Oh, we got married, we eloped over the weekend." I just go, "Nice," and just give a thumbs up. I don't know what to say.
Dude, at least you got yay, because if I'd have just thumbs up the picture, that would have been a real fucking murk. That would have been like, "I don't give a shit about you, blood."
Just a little.
No. But the thing is the reason why I was just like, "Yay," is because you already told me.
Yeah, I told you like 3 weeks ago that it was happening. So.
Yeah, and when you told me then, I gave you a big reaction. I didn't send you flowers. I don't know why the fuck anyone would. It's a weird thing to do, I think. I don't know why. I don't get it. I don't know why would I be sending you gifts?
That's what I mean.
That is blank. But that's it. That's the thing, is that society is so conditioned into being like, this is a thing that happens because it's always happened.
Yeah.
And so it's like this idea that when you work in an office or you work with other people, that when it's your birthday, you are supposed to buy everyone cake. And and the first time I heard this, I went, fuck off.
I am pulling a face for people that can't see. I'm like, that's why
are you
buying people cake?
It's the weirdest
cake.
shit. Because I went into work one day and there was like loads of like donuts, like Krispy Kremes everywhere. And I was like, what's going on there? It's like, oh, it's Ron's birthday. And I'm like, oh, you bought Ron? And they're like, no, Ron bought them in. It's his birthday. And I was like, nope, you're gonna have to start this again. What's happening? And they're like, oh, Ron bought them in because it's his birthday. I'm like, aren't we supposed to buy Ron cake on his birthday? No. You bring your own cake in. I'm like, fuck that. What are you talking about? And that's a thing. That's a genuine thing.
You buy your own present and summon everybody and go, stand around the fire, children. It's time to open my gift.
It's a weird thing.
That is weird.
Yeah. So I don't know why it happens, but when it's my birthday, I do not bring in cake. And then I go, oh, it's my birthday. And they go, oh, where's the cake? And I go, I don't know. Where is the cake? And then I just look at them and stare at them. And they're just like, oh, aren't you supposed to bring it in? And I went, whoever invented that was a cheap bastard. That's what they were. Who makes someone else buy cake on their birthday? What sort of a rule is that? But it's a big milestone. It's celebrated in a big way. And in an office situation or when you have other members of staff, that is apparently a tradition. I don't know if that's just a UK thing, or I'd like to know if that's done around the world. I don't know if it's like, I don't know if we've adopted it from somewhere. It sounds to me, and I mean this with the greatest respect of the fact that you have literally Trump as president. It sounds like a dumbass fucking USA shit thing that we've just adopted. But it could be that it's just a dumbass British thing because also Britain is full of dumbasses. Keir Starmer being the other one. But yeah, it is really interesting that we have these traditions when it comes to milestones, and we just do them without thinking about them. But I've always been that person that will go against the grain, and I'll just do my own thing.
Yeah.
But let's talk more when we come back from a break.
Our trip up the coast was
Perfection.
With my Sapphire Preferred card, we earned 3 times the points on gas, online grocery, and dining.
It was amazing.
Chase Sapphire Preferred, the card that's preferred for a reason. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Business is booming. But you know what really helped? Xero, the accounting platform for small businesses. I used to think spreadsheets were just part of it. Ugh. But real-time cash flow? Wow. Invoices that chase themselves? Even better. Books that automate? That's a big one. And I can keep track from my phone while I get the job done. No spreadsheet in sight. What a life. Do right by yourself and your business and search Xero for your free trial. Conditions apply.
Hi, I'm Sophie James, a neurodivergent mentor with 4 years of experience supporting neurodivergent individuals. As an autistic and ADHD woman myself, I know firsthand what it's like growing up in a neurotypical world and trying to navigate spaces that weren't built with our brains in mind. Whether you're neurodivergent yourself or supporting a neurodivergent child or teen, I offer experience-led peer mentoring grounded in understanding, connection, and neuroaffirming support. Together, we explore strengths, build confidence, and develop practical ways to navigate life while embracing who you are. If you'd like to learn more about my mentoring work, visit sophiejamesndmentoring.com.
Welcome back to the Neurodivergent Experience. We've been discussing big milestones because I am betrothed. But you were saying something interesting in the first half of the show, and it's got me thinking about a couple of other things. So many people that I've spoken to about either before I got engaged or after I've got engaged have all said weird stereotypes that people play up to. And as a ND person, I don't get it. So many people, dude, have said to me an engagement ring should be 3 months' salary.
Hey?
Who the fuck invented that? Because so many people have said it to me where they're like, oh yeah, apparently an engagement ring should be worth 3 months' salary. And who came up with that? Jewelry stores.
How old are these people?
Oh, variety. I went to watch the England game with a buddy last night who's my age, and he was like, oh yeah, there's that whole thing around the 3 month salary thing. Like, yeah, that's bollocks. And then I spoke to a couple of our family friends that are in their 40s, and they were like, oh, the ring's beautiful. I hope you didn't spend 3 months salary on it. I was like, no, I didn't. And I've just had a lot of people say things like that to me. Like we went to our friend's wedding a couple of weeks ago and had an absolutely brilliant time. But there were a few things involved in that as well where the groom was like, oh, you can't have people paying for the bar. It has to be a free bar. And me instantly pulled the same face that you're pulling now going, what? It doesn't. You don't have to do that. And people go, oh, no, but you do. But they're the rules, which is quite ironic because so many people say that ND people get hung up on rules. But I'm finding a lot of neurotypical people just blindly do things because that's what they think they have to do.
Our rule things comes from our neurodivergent sense of justice. And it's more of like, if it makes sense, it's going to have to be a rule. I mean, there are some like really anal, autistic people that just have to follow every rule. And it's just like, it's more like an OCD thing. It's like if they don't follow that rule, something terrible is going to happen.
Yeah, no,
it's almost like the don't step on a crack or you break your back sort of mentality, because that is OCD is like crippling. But I think it's more of the fact that, especially the more intelligent neurodivergence amongst us will have this like hyper logical brain of like, oh, if it makes sense, then why can't you just do it? It's like, for instance, when I was in Canada, there's this beautiful walk and it ends in a massive huge viewing platform of this humongous valley with this lake and this waterfall, and it's gorgeous. Where you are is gorgeous. There's no need to come off of the trail, the viewing platform or the trail, and they've got signs up saying, "Please stick to the trail. Do not go off. We're trying to preserve the nature around. Do not go off the trail. Do not go off the fucking signs." I wouldn't have done it anyway, but there's literal signs. And then you look over the viewing platform down below and it's just full of people.
Yeah.
And you're just like, why? Why are you down there? Why have you broken that rule? And because that rule makes sense. They're trying to preserve the land. They don't want lots of people trampling and destroying the land around there. They've built a viewing platform for you. Just stand on that. That makes sense. But then there's some rules that just don't make sense, and you just sort of look at them and go, what? And I think when it comes to tradition itself, if it doesn't make sense, why are you following it? Think for yourselves.
Yeah, because like
think for yourselves.
We're not planning a wedding, but Caris is obviously like it's unlocked a new feature in her brain, and she's starting to like Google things and stuff. And we were sat in bed the other night, and she went, I don't know if I want to wear white. I don't like wearing white. Wait, well, you don't have to wear white if you don't want to, babe. And
wear whatever you want.
People will be like, "Oh, it's a wedding, you have to wear white." And
I'm going to be wearing a white dress to your wedding, so.
Oh well, some devils would it. My mum might throw a glass of red wine on you. But there are. But you know what I mean? There are things like that. Like I actually think what you were just saying there about the justice sensitivity thing has affected me socially, because when I was on that stag do, a lot of the guys that were there were going, "Oh, it's a stag. You've got to do it." And my response was, "Oh yeah, that'll hold up in court." Great.
Yes, Your Honour.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, there are things where I see people do stuff. It's like when I see people cheat at golf. I'm like, what's the fucking point? What's the point? You're playing against yourself. It's not like you're competing against other people. And then there were other people that I used to play golf with, like my grandpa, who would just say to you, "But they're the rules." And you'd be like, "Oh, lighten up a bit. I don't have to wear socks that go over my knee. It's not 1924. And I always used to find I was getting in arguments with people about a lot of these things. And I can already tell that it'll happen, dude. Like, people are already preparing me for the politics that come around a wedding. Because, like, people have already said to us, oh, are you going to invite this person? I mean, the person that I've not spoken to since I was 8 years old. I went, oh, yeah, but you have to invite them. No, I don't. They go, oh, but that'll cause drama in the family. I went, oh, somebody who I've not seen for 22 years is going to get upset with me because I'm not inviting them to my wedding.
You know what? I think your life sounds so fucking complicated because I think you have too many people in it. See, I have done this wonderful thing where I have just cut everyone out of my life that I just can't be asked with, right? That if they just annoy me even a little bit, if you annoy me even a little bit, the point I'm like, I just go, why do I talk to you? And they go, oh, well, it's your brother, it's your sister, it's your cousin, it's your auntie. And I'm like, that literally means nothing to me. That literally means nothing to me because I've got a brother in Sweden. I haven't spoken to him for years. I think the last time I spoke to him was when my dad passed away. I had a conversation with him. He was a bit of a dick about it. He didn't really like my dad. I didn't blame him. I didn't get angry at him. It's not like we fell out. We just never talk. And I don't miss him. And he's my actual brother, but you're my brother. And Rick's my brother. And Jake, my nephew, he's like 10 years younger than me. So he is closer to me than any of my other family. And my little niece, Bella, I say little, she's like 30. And that's who I choose to have in my life. And I've got a couple of sisters that I choose to have in my life, but I don't really talk to them that much. I don't have anyone in my life where it's like a regular thing with family where they would even say something like the stuff that's being said to you. I just don't have people in my life like that. Because if I did, I'd be like, nope, see you later. Bye-bye, you didn't make the cut. But I'm not lonely. I mean, I have 6 people living in my house right now, right? And I've got, countless friends who I just, it's very difficult to keep up with them when you're playing so much Forza. Unless they're playing, do you know what? You and Rick and my son have all started playing Forza just so you can
I've been enjoying it myself, but yeah.
Not just so you can play with me, but like I've got you into Forza. It's
very chilled game. Like
such a fun game.
After
Just
the
driving
last
around.
episode that I was in, I was like so stressed out, and I'm so much happier now. Because I've just got a lot of weight off my shoulder with a few things in life now. But no, yeah, I agree with you. Because like I've had my mum was going, oh, are you going to invite this person? But if you invite them, you've got to invite the kids. I was like, no.
Yeah, just cut your mum out your life.
Nope. Oh yeah, great.
No, I'm only joking. If your mum listens.
But do you know what I mean? Like there are certain things where, there was like, oh, I'm going back to the stereotypes thing. I read something, literally, time is an illusion. Might have been last night. Can't remember. I've slept since then. But it was an article that was like, if you haven't spoken to somebody for 6 months, don't invite them to your wedding. Like,
yeah, obviously.
Okay. But it's just interesting how now that I've unlocked this life milestone of getting engaged, suddenly there are these doors that have opened where I'm not being bombarded, but I'm being introduced to weird and wonderful shitty stereotypes.
Okay, so
it's just odd.
I've got 2 questions for you. The second one's really, really fun though.
Oh, okay.
The first one is just interesting. What do you, like? I obviously listened to a lot of Reddit and you listen to stories about weddings and stuff like that, and they're like, there was 500 people at this wedding, and I'm like, sorry, there was
250 odd at the one that I went to recently, and it was like at least 200 people I didn't even speak to.
Right, but there is no way that somebody knows 500 people. There's no way that someone actually knows 250 people. I would go far as saying there's no way that anybody knows 50 people. So to me, when there is that many people at a wedding, it is so impersonal that you literally will have this, let's say that, like you said, 250. Like, so who are these people? And it's like, oh, well, we invited like cousin, aunt, nephew, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, if I had a wedding tomorrow, right? 30. I know 30 people and I know them. I know who they are. 30, right? 30 people are coming to my wedding. That's it. And it's not because, oh, I don't want any more. I'm like, I just don't see the point in any more of that, because anyone after that, if you don't know them, they're just like, oh, well, you like you said, all this bollocks about, well, you've got to invite that one, you've got to invite. You don't have to do, by the way, you don't have to do fucking anything, mate. You invite whoever the fuck you want. And if anyone says you've got to invite, you say, well, I've got to fucking not invite you then. Fuck off. I just think everyone should be more like me. Just be like, do you know what? I'm fucking like, fuck off. I'm not even joking you. Someone annoyed me at work. I haven't talked to them for 3 weeks.
What was the question?
What do you mean?
You were saying you was going to ask you a question.
Right, yeah.
What was the question?
No. Yeah. You think it's funny? Like, honestly, as soon as they come in the room, I walk out. I'm not even joking.
Your pettiness is something to aspire.
It's not pet. I've got nothing to say to them. I've literally got nothing to say to them. I send them an email about, like, if it's work stuff. I'm like, I send them an email, but I don't want to talk to them. I've got nothing to say to them.
Yeah, fair.
It's the one that called me immature.
Oh yeah, fair. That was.
And I'm like, I've got nothing to say. And it's like, well, if you think I'm immature, I'm not. That's, to me, that's not immature. It's not like, oh, I'm not going to talk to you. I've got nothing to say to you. I'm not going to waste my breath. So I want to be around you, and also I want to plant your face into a fucking spiky fence. Not that I've got problems or anything. No, the question was, what would you consider for you to be a big wedding?
Oh.
Like how many people? What's your maximum? So my maximum's 30. What's your maximum?
Good question. Because when I was with my mum the other day, she was like, "Oh, let's list the people you'd like to come." And as soon as we started listing it got full. And in my head, I was like, 40 is a busy old room for me. Like, I don't want to be walking around and being like, "Oh, hi, is everyone doing it?" Like, you're there for me. Like, you know, I want to enjoy the day. I see I've been to a couple of weddings where everyone's just like floating, like the bride and groom are just floating around checking on everybody rather than it being the other way around. And I don't get that. But I would say, like, anything above 50 is a bit bonkers for me. I would say, like, anything above 50, like, that's the top cap, I think. If it was up to me and Karis, I think, to be honest, if it was up to Karis, we'd elope. She'd just be like, we're fucking off for 2 weeks, and then just we'll come back and be like, surprise, we're married. Yeah. And that's if I'm honest, I think that's what Karis would want. But then it's the politics of her nana will be upset, her mum will be upset, my mum would probably be upset, and you just go, oh, we'll just pick the easy option. But yeah, 50, no more than 50. I think anything more than that would be too much.
My other question is, do you, like me, think that there is a like a sell-by date on engagement? Because I know a guy that every time I say, "Oh, are you and your girlfriend doing that?" He goes, "Fiancé," and I'm like, 7 years, she's your girlfriend again. You got to start again. I think it's 3 years, and then she's your girlfriend again, and you've got to start again.
Well, the warranty runs out.
Yeah,
it just becomes a ring. It's not an engagement ring; it's just a ring.
It's a ring. It's precious. It's just a ring. You can't. I know that these two are never going to get married. Like, I know they're never going to get married. They're not planning the wedding. They're not looking at it. And when you talk about 50 people, they've probably got about 3. There's no way they're ever going to get married. It's just not going to happen. So stop saying fiance. Or at the very least, say fiance all you like, but don't correct me when I say girlfriend, when it's so fucking obvious to me. Because it keeps happening, and I'm just like, you're just being a fucking alien prick.
Yeah, I would probably say like 3 years. I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't necessarily say you get like an expiry date, but I know of a couple of couples, actually. I know Caris's auntie and uncle have been engaged for like 30 years and never got married. Never asked about getting married.
They were engaged for 3 and together for 27.
Yeah, and then warranty runs out.
Yeah.
And then the same in my family. We've got 2 family friends and they've been engaged for about 30 years and never got married. So yeah, I would be a bit like, if it got past like 3 years, I'd be like, what's happening, guys? But then I know a lot of people plan like really lavish weddings. I know like people are really into like abroad weddings. I wouldn't like to go on abroad for a wedding. I know a friend of mine had like 3 or 4 abroad weddings one summer, and he went to all of them and spent a fortune turning up to people's weddings abroad in like Italy and Spain and places like that.
Oh yeah, bugger that. Unless it's somewhere I want to go, I'm like, unless you're paying,
but you know,
I ain't
like,
going.
That's what I mean is like, if somebody was to say to me, they're like, "Oh, we want to invite you to our special day. You have to pay over £1,500 for the pleasure of visiting us." I'd be like, guys, I can't afford that.
Oh, by the way, it works both ways with my whole, if you don't know them, don't invite them. If you don't know them, know them. You've heard of them or you've met them once, but you don't know them, right? It's the same with me. So if somebody was going to get married and they invited Sylvia, and then I've got to go as well.
As a +1, yeah.
As a +1, I'm like, why did they invite Sylvia? Oh, they're a client from her beauty days 5 years ago, and they've kept in touch, and then invite. And I'm like, no, that doesn't qualify. We don't qualify. I can't bother unless it's like a really interesting. I'd really like to go to like an Indian wedding just for the experience of it.
Yeah,
just because that's like a really cool thing. Something like that, like or an African wedding, something like culturally interesting. Just for the experience. But a bog standard English tuxedo, it's bollocks.
No, I know what you mean. But I've experienced it recently where I know maybe 3 or 4 people that I'm not like hang out and see you every couple of months friends. It's I may see you every 3 or 4 years and I just have like a voyeuristic relationship with you through Instagram.
Like that.
But there's like 3 or 4 people that I went to uni with that have all got married recently. And I found out they got married by seeing it on Instagram. And at no point did I go, oh, they didn't invite me. But I know that people do that. Where they're like, oh, my invite obviously wasn't in the post, and they get hung up on it. And I'm happy for people, but I'm also kind of relieved that they didn't ask me. Because, like, there's a guy that...
no.
Yeah, well, yeah, but there's a guy that carries...
You know that no is a full sentence.
No, yeah, I'm learning it well. But Carrie had a manager who got engaged while they were working together, and then he left and he had a career change and got another job. And I get on with him well. I watch wrestling with him occasionally, and we text about wrestling. And they got engaged, and they got married, and he texted me and Caris and was like, just letting you know that we're doing a small wedding and we're only inviting really close friends and family. Don't take it personally. And we were both like, we wouldn't. But there are people that would. And I find that odd. Like, it'd be like, oh, the person over the road who I borrowed a cup of milk from one time is getting married. I have to be there. Like, there's just some really weird, like, politics around these sorts of things that kind of really frazzles my brain. Whether it's, like, numbers or invites or what you should and shouldn't provide, what you should and shouldn't wear. And after getting engaged, it's just opened up a few things to me that I've not had first-hand experience before. And a lot of it, I'm just going like, why the fuck do people do this? Why do they put themselves through this? To appease other people or to not upset people, or I don't know.
It's trained. You're trained to think, and it's not to think. You're trained to think about others, but it's not like I don't think about other people. I mean, if I didn't think about other people, I wouldn't be here doing this, trying to help people through a difficult time when, understanding neurodivergence and so on and so forth. And I certainly wouldn't have made the effort to do what I did on Facebook. I do care about people, but I don't care about people being around me. Like if I had loads of money, I would want to give it to help people, right? But I don't want them to come to me and go,
well, you're quite solitary, really, aren't you? You do just like your own space, and
I don't do friendship groups. I don't do friendship groups. I do individual friends. Like, I think that like the most I've hung out with people is like you, me, and Pickle, or me, Pickle, and Graham.
Yeah, any more than
me,
3
Sylvia,
for me
and
is a
Pickle.
crowd. I struggle with
Pickle
more
seems
than 3.
to always be there. Pickle Rick. But yeah, like or when me and Sylvia have hung out with you and Karis, like that's couples. So like a couples thing. But I think like 3 or 4 people for me, that's enough. Like, I'm good with that. If it's like a birthday and it's a party, then 20 people is great. I'm okay with that. As long as it's my party. But if it's somebody else's party and there's like 20 or 30 people, probably not going to be there. I'll be honest. I'll probably be like, I'll meet you another time. Because I'm that person that as long as I'm the center of attention, I can do it. But if I'm not the center of attention, and because I don't want to be the center of attention, because I don't want to take attention away from the person whose party it is, then I'm going to struggle with it. And I can see your brain worrying. It's like, should I fucking be inviting Jordan to my wedding?
You don't have to come if you don't want to. That's the thing.
No. I'm not going to miss your wedding unless you don't want to do it. But obviously I'll be there because you're my brother. But I think I would struggle with like birthday parties and things like that. To be honest, I never really get invited to them anyway. So because all my friends are ND and they're all just like, yeah, we had a small birthday. We had like 3 people there and, we went.
Oh, dude, I had it recently. There was 2 of the couples that Karis and I hang out with. We're all ND. And it's like 2 of Karis's friends and then all the boyfriends have met and we're all neurodivergent. One of us sat down and they were like, oh, let me tell you about the new Volvo I saw on the street. I was like, yes, my people. And we hang out in like a group of 6 if we can all arrange our calendars and remember to turn up and all of this sort of stuff. But we rotate in that a few of us will be talking and then the other 4 will just like drift. And like one of them will go, oh, I need a bit of quiet time. I'm just going to go and sit over here for a bit. And you just like go, are they all right? And they just like, hello, and wave from the other table. And that's really chilled. There's like no pressure. There's nobody going, oh, why are they sat over there doing their own thing? Oh, what has somebody said to? There's like no pretense. There's no like, like underlying like passive aggressive or anything. But even though we love hanging out, we still have timeouts and we go and have like little moments. Like even after Karis and I got engaged, I needed 20 minutes of quiet. I needed to just go and sit outside and I just sat on the balcony and just looked out and just had 10 minutes to myself while Karis was doing something. And that's kind of hard to do when you're at a wedding with 200 people. Like, it's just not going to happen, is it?
I completely agree. I think that if you are neurodivergent, and you're trying to do the neurotypical appeasement, thing that's going to make you uncomfortable, just be like me and tell everyone to fuck off. Because
stick it on a t-shirt.
I have never been happier in my life where I just learned to put myself first, so then I can then look after other people. That was, and I've spoken about this before, that was the massive game-changing point in my life where I was a dad who had loads of mental health issues, loads of trauma, loads of problems, loads of issues. And I just kept putting them to the side, putting them to the side, putting them to the side. You know, you've got to man up. You can't let these things bother. You know, you've got to be a dad. You've got to be a man. You've got to be a husband. And because of that, as good as a job as I did, and I did do a good job, and I can say that. My kids tell me, and my wife tells me, and even people that I don't really know that well will tell me that I did a great job. And I did. My kids are flourishing. They're amazing. I go over so many moments where I just, I wish I'd done that, and I lost it, and so many of those moments I managed to keep to myself, and I hurt myself, and or you know, I upset Sylvia, even though that she is amazing. But I kind of wish I had just like looked after myself and fixed myself, and then I could have been even better than I was. But which is great, because now I get to be even better, and you know, my kids are only in their early 20s, and we all get on fabulously. And then I've got grandkids to come, and I'm not going to be a grumpy old bastard. I know I sound like a grumpy old bastard saying, "Well, fuck off." But it's agency. It's having the ability to be able to say, look, I need to just do my own thing. I need to go on a walk by myself, or just like I need to do my own thing. And then when I do something with you, you're going to get the best version of me, rather than forcing me to do something that I don't want to do or that I'm not ready for. And then you're going to be like, oh, what's wrong with him? And I'll be like, well, I don't want to be here. I'm just being here because I think that it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
That's
I agree.
Anyway.
No, I agree. I'm really glad that I did the proposal our way, and some people were like, why aren't you doing it a surprise and all this? And I'm like, because this is how I'm doing it.
No, it sounds like you had a great time, and you absolutely
I feel like I nailed it.
It's absolutely brilliant, and you've got amazing memories. You absolutely, I mean, Karis is wonderful, and she deserves to have someone as great as you. You deserve each other. You really do. You're both fantastic people, and like, I genuinely, I know you're going to absolutely freaking.
And do you know what, mate? One of the reasons as to why Karis and I are so close and our relationship works is I learned how to look after myself so that I can help look after her, and vice versa. We both are very good at looking after ourselves, which means that we've got the energy and the space to help each other. So yeah, really intrigued how you guys think of this whole thing of dealing with big milestones in life and just going, fuck it, I'm going to do it my way. And that's the neurodivergent way. So, thanks very much. And thank you for letting me share my news with you. It's very exciting. And don't expect an invite to the wedding. Bye, everybody.
Nightly, bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Neurodivergent Experience. We hope today's episode sparked something for you, whether it's a new idea, a bit of validation, or just a moment of connection. Remember, new episodes are every week, so be sure to join us for the next one for more conversations and insights into the neurodivergent experience. If you've enjoyed this podcast, help us grow. You can do that by rating and reviewing this show. Your support makes a huge difference in helping us reach more people who could benefit from these conversations. You can connect with us on social media. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Just search for the Neurodivergent Experience. Thank you again for listening, and until next time, take care of yourself. You're not alone in this journey.
Our trip up the coast was
Perfection.
With my Sapphire Preferred card, we earned 3 times the points on gas, online grocery, and dining.
It was amazing.
Chase Sapphire Preferred, the card that's preferred for a reason. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Every wireless service comes with a cost, right? Wrong. The Text Now app lets you do your thing for free. Get real talk, real text, and 5G data for must-have apps with no monthly bill. Need more data? Add it right from the app. Done? Go back to free. No long-term contracts, no pressure, no surprises. Just wireless that works around you. Text Now. We've got your back. Download Text Now in your app store today. Wireless plans require the purchase of a SIM card. Visit textnow.com for terms and conditions.
Business is booming. But you know what really helped? Zero. the accounting platform for small businesses. I used to think spreadsheets were just part of it. Ugh. But real-time cash flow? Wow. Invoices that chase themselves? Even better. Books that automate? That's a big one. And I can keep track from my phone while I get the job done. No spreadsheet in sight. What a life. Do right by yourself and your business and search XERO for your free trial. Conditions apply.
Thanks for listening. Support autistic-led media through Autistic Culture Plus and enjoy bonus content, early episodes, and ad-free listening. Visit autisticculture.supercast.com to learn more.